Today I want to take on a topic that really is at the heart of Robert's Rules of Order when one is working with a regular meeting, and that is the topic of motion to adjourn. Now, if we take a look at the chart of motions which are in place for anyone that's working as a parliamentarian with Robert's Rules of Order, you will find that priority number one is fix the time to which to adjourn, followed by rule number two, motion to adjourn. So these types of motions are ranked at the top of the scale in terms of the chart of motions. So they're very highly ranked. And they're privileged motions. Now, recently I had questions come to me from an individual who had witnessed in a annual general meeting format the use of motion to adjourn, and they had a lot of questions about it. And let's just preface my comments with the following issues. Number one, the chair can do anything they want if they can get away with it. Of course, people are free to challenge the chair if they don't agree with their decision. So if a chairman just arbitrarily says, I adjourn the meeting now, if he gavels or she gavels and they get away with it without a challenge, then the meeting is adjourned. Now, this motion to fix the time to which to adjourn can be handled in more than one way. It can be a formal motion, absolutely. Or there could be an agenda for the meeting that has times laid out on the agenda, including a time to adjourn the meeting. And if that agenda is approved by the assembly as a whole, then the meeting starts. And should you reach the time of adjournment and pass it, then, of course, a member of the floor can raise their hand, be recognized by the chair, call orders of the day, and the meeting is automatically adjourned because the process to set up adjournment was already handled when you approved the agenda. The motion to adjourn, let's look at it very carefully. There is power in the hands of the chair because they must recognize someone to have the floor. So you cannot, as a member of the floor, just jump in, interrupt the speaker. This motion requires a seconder, but here's where it gets interesting. It's not amendable. There can be no debate, and a simple majority of those on the floor will make the decision, which leads the groundwork for this motion is a tactical tool that can be used by parliamentarians. In that, if you see a controversial issue being debated that's causing great distress to the organization, there's nothing to stop a member raising their hand, being recognized by the chair, making a motion to adjourn. If they have someone that they've organized in advance who automatically seconds the motion, then it goes simply to a vote. And if it's passed, the meeting, it's over. The discussion, whatever the issue was, is stopped. It's a great tactical tool that I have seen used in great effect in my history. So let's just be clear that this type of motion is a privileged motion. It takes precedence over others. Motion to adjourn, the only other one that can be related to it is fix a time to adjourn. It is a motion that is made to the chair. The chair normally does not make a declaration. If they do, they risk a challenge to the chair, because the motion under proper order should be made by a member. Then that's nothing to stop the chair. I would like to entertain now a motion to adjourn. And there's nothing wrong with the chairperson lobbying for someone to make a motion to adjourn. That person makes a motion. There's a seconder. We have a vote. The meeting is done. So it's made by a member from the floor. It requires a seconder. There's no debate. You can't amend it. and the majority on the floor make the decision. And in this way, motion to adjourn is a great tactical tool. It's not well understood, but it's very, very high in the chart of motions in terms of its precedence in the Roberts Rules of Order system.